Founders Day Committee. After a Founders Day, usually the committee members, they have a very intense couple of weeks before and an intense week after, they pour back down, and we really don't want to see each other. So we're going to have one meeting since then. Probably again about August or September, planning for the next Founders Day. Finance Committee.
The Finance Committee will not have a June meeting unless Council requests one tonight, and July meeting is on schedule unless canceled, so please check the website.
Okay, historical.
Last meeting, we actually changed to Friday night so we could get ready for the Founders Day, the Veterans Appreciation Day. And that was on Sunday, the 3rd. We had, I thought, a very good turnout. We enjoyed it so much, and it was the committee's pleasure to honor our veterans. I just want to tell you just very quickly, we had Dina came and gave our invitation and our welcome to the group that was there. Then we recognized all the veterans by the branch of service that they served in. Alicia Cosgrove gave us a talk about worthwhile causes to support. You know, we get things every day wanting money, but there are worthwhile things, and I feel like our veterans is one of the most important. The Danny Nelson, who's a Vietnam veteran, gave us an update on the memorial. Then we presented a check to Mr. Roy Lee. The History Committee had decided that we would give all the proceeds from our raffle to them for the memorial. Then Dr. Gerald Stone, who is also a Vietnam veteran, was our guest speaker. He did an excellent job. And I just wish everybody could have been there because we thoroughly enjoyed it.
Linda, how much money did you make on the raffle?
Not what we wish we had made.
What were you raffling?
We had 2 of Gladys Scarlett's books, and they were both given. We only made $55, but I think, you know, every penny counts, and so we gave all the proceeds.
That is nice.
Thank you. So, Parks and Rec.
We met last Thursday night, and basically we spent a lot of time getting ready for events that are occurring this coming weekend. Saturday morning, we're having the 2nd annual children's fishing event, and we've got between 25 and 30 volunteers involved in that event. So we're looking forward to that. And then on Sunday night, Easter Music Festival that our mayor has put a lot of time and effort in, and thank you for leadership in getting that one ready. And we're really excited about that happening. And then the following Saturday morning, we're doing a country truck with about 10 or 12 participants involved in that. And the next night, we're having the 2nd movie event in the amphitheater. So we're busy.
Okay, and how many kids have you got signed up for the fishing?
We have about 55.
55. Okay. And the hours for that, what again?
It's going to be from 10 to 12. Yeah, 10 to 12. They'll be actually fishing, yeah.
And I forgot to mention thank you for mentioning the music in the park. There will be beach music in the park from 6 till 8 p.m. and food on the grounds at the amphitheater purchase free event, and again at 6 p.m. Sunday night.
Who's playing?
Soul Biscuits.
My favorite group.
Beach music.
That's right. Public safety.
We did meet last month, and we'll meet this month, a week from tomorrow night, which is June 16th. We meet at 5 o'clock at the fire station down on Summerfield Road, and we're reviewing at least 2 traffic studies being concerned from the citizens.
Thank you. Comprehensive plan.
Comprehensive plan is disbanded.
It has disbanded, okay. Or is it on Quahitas? I think we use that as Quahitas.
I don't know the definition of that word, so I'd have to look it up before I say yes.
Okay. All right. Athletic advisory.
Pleasant Advisory continues to meet on an as-needed basis to review plans for development of the athletic park. The next meeting is tomorrow at 3:30 at the ball fields.
Thank you. Did we have any updates from community groups, Summerfield Youth Council?
I'd like to speak to the Summerfield Youth Council on the 30th of this month. They will be having an annual cookout for the workers and guests of Camp Carefree. They've been doing this every year for about 4 years, and I think it's very, very nice of them to take their Wednesday evening to do that.
When was that?
June the 30th.
Okay, thank you. Number 10, business from the manager.
We specifically split this item on the agenda away from the other manager business because this discussion potentially affects the town budget. So we want to have this discussion because then we may have some modifications to the town budget. As you're aware, we've discussed two actions by council over the past fiscal year. One in not having a property tax last year, passing a property tax holiday reduced the income into the town, and then secondarily approving the construction of the second phase of the athletic park, causing a higher expenditure of the town, has put us in a position where our assets, while large, we have $7 million, about $7 million in CDs. They are in CDs, certificates of deposit. So we're in a position where, in order to finish out, most likely finish out this year, but more importantly, carry us through July and August of next fiscal year, we're going to be in a position where we're going to need to extract funds or get more revenue, basically. And the option that we have before us is we either break one of the CDs, which is allowed, so we are liquid in that sense of the word. We are liquid. We can cash in a CD and use it to pay the funds necessary to continue operations. Or we've been investigating the possibility of doing a loan, we were actually trying to do 2 loans, but it turns out we're not going to do 2 loans. We can only do 1. And we can do it up to $500,000. And we have a bank that we've been in discussion with, New Bridge Bank, that is willing to offer us a short-term loan, 2 years, for 4% interest. Since all of our CDs are paying much more than 4%, it's a better position to actually borrow, have the money come in for the short-term loan, and when the CDs do eventually come due, which is in 2012, we finish paying off any borrowing that we did on those CDs, and we go to an annual amount. So what we're requesting tonight is to borrow up to the maximum allowed under state law, which is $500,000, for a term not to exceed. It's our intention to do 2 years, but the term under the state law is up to 5 years. And that would allow us to have operating funds, pay the capital project bills that will be coming in with finishing up ball fields. In the next fiscal year, we're going to basically see revenues coming in that should hopefully carry us through July and August, in addition to for the operating expenses. So we don't believe that we're going to have to tap a CD, but it's going to be close. On paper, again, we have $7 million. We're just trying to keep the liquidity, keep the money flowing, and keep as much of it as possible in CDs. So there's only 1 loan being requested, up to $500,000 for a period not more than 5 years. And the purpose of the loan is for construction of the athletic park. The effect on the budget is, of course, it becomes income as a loan, and then we have to put it to debt service payment.
So we would take action on that at what time, once we make a decision on the budget?
We would be taking action on it immediately.
After we vote on the budget, correct?
Actually, we could do it for this fiscal year, for the rest of this fiscal year. We could go ahead and take action on it so that we could actually get the loan before June 30th of this year.
If the bank can process that quickly, because they're currently looking at our audit reports and making the determinations. This is preliminary information from our talks with the banks.
You said that the loan would be for 5 years, but we would pay it off in 2 years.
Right.
Will there be an early payoff penalty on this?
Our intent is to do a 2-year loan because that's when our CDs come due. We can, by state law, do up to 5, but we're going to do a 2-year. Because our CDs will come due in 2, and so we'll have plenty of money.
So we pay it off. We pay it off when the CDs come due.
Okay.
So there would not be that early payoff penalty. And if we were to negotiate a loan with 5 years, that would be one of the points that I insist on, is no early payment penalty.
So the money we got making 5%?
They were,
4.64 to 5.2, our CDs range.
It will be a 4, so we'll actually lose the money by drawing it out and paying it off.
Well, we're not going to be drawing it out. They'll actually be
After it
maturing.
matures.
Yeah, they'll be maturing. So we'll lose those rates starting in May of 2012. We'll start losing those rates.
Well, this makes sense. We knew that this scenario was going to be here a year ago, and it makes good sense with the 4% to go ahead and do that. What other council comments do we have?
Well, for the 2 years that we're paying, what are the payments going to be?
an annual payment is what we recommend.
We have a choice between monthly, quarterly, or annually, and so it doesn't make sense to be in a monthly or quarterly since we need the money, so we might as well just choose the annual option.
When you choose annual, don't you usually pay more in interest rates when you choose a long-term payment?
He did not change the rate when he asked me the payment frequency, and he didn't respond to my email with any different rate when I responded to him. So at the current time, the only thing it would be more interest, but of course we need the funds. We don't want to have to cash those CDs in the first couple of months of the year, so we're going to need those funds anyway.
Does these funds, interest accumulate daily or annually? If they accumulate daily, and if it's not a regular, we can make a payment or something, it seems like to me there's extra
There'll be more
interest.
There'll be more interest. It's a matter of when we need the funds. Unfortunately, the first couple of months, there's hardly any revenue coming in. Not until we start receiving property taxes will we get revenue. So you need funds to operate. That's the problem. And the first, pretty much before the end of June, so the payments that start happening at the beginning of July, we're going to need almost $500,000 just to get us through the beginning of July, because all the ball field invoices will be coming in to the tune of several $100,000. 300,000, I think, was R.P. Murray. At least 300,000 will be coming in for R.P. Murray at the end of June or in July, depending on when they finish everything. So we're going to need several $100,000 just to cover that. And then we're going to need additional funds to make payroll and so forth for the next couple of months till property taxes come in. Property taxes won't come in until September, a majority of them. We'll get a little bit in August, but a majority won't come in until September. And then another hunk in December, January.
I think to address Ms. Sullivan's question is that we can look at maybe a quarterly payment if that would change that rate significantly in interest payments, or if it works out for us as far as making sure that we don't get into a debt service problem the first quarter. Once we get past the first quarter, I don't expect there to be a significant issue. But that would be the other concern, is getting past that first quarter.
I think it should be looked into because that can really add up.
Okay, if the council wishes, do you need a motion, and what would that motion sound like?
To approve the manager and finance officer to seek a loan in the amount not to exceed $500,000, which includes the interest payment, by the way, that's rolled into that $500,000. And a period, if you want to lock it down to 2 years, we move it to a period of 2 years. That's our intent. If we had to restructure it, we would restructure it.